Hi, Gary. I understand your organisation is now looking at using the process flow analysis tool on the Data Vista portal, and you had some questions around using it. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, Lloyd. I was wondering if you could explain what this tool is for and how it's meant to be used, because we're having trouble getting to grips with it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So the ICO has stated that businesses should keep documented records of their processing activity, and this will include listing the information assets in an information asset register, for example, but it will also involve documenting your key business processes and how the data flows around your company.
Okay, understood. So what counts as a business process? What should I be looking at to add into this tool?
So examples of a business process would include, say, for example, your sales process, or maybe internal processes such as how you go about hiring new staff, your recruitment process. Anything that involves personal data traveling around your organisation should be included in this analysis.
Okay, so I've actually got Salesforce, so that needs to go into this, I take it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Salesforce, you would look at inputting that into our information asset register, and then from that, we'd be able to build the process for it, the process of your sales process into this process analysis tool. Absolutely.
Sure. So what sort of information will it expect me to provide for the tool? What should I be providing for it?
Okay, yeah. So I've just gone into the tool onto our screen here, one I made earlier, and I have actually focused on the sales process here, because I know that's one of the key things that.
You sounded like a magician then. The
Yeah,
one I made
exactly.
earlier.
Exactly, like Delia Smith. So as you can see here, it's just asking for a process ID. So I just called it process one. What is the actual process? We know it's a sales process, and who are the data subjects? So clients, potential clients. It'll then ask you for how many steps are in the process. So from the first contact through to you making a sale, for example. How many users access the data, and are you the controller or processor? It then asks you for the information asset that you use. So we mentioned the Salesforce being in your information asset register. This ties to the information asset register, so you'll be able to select the Salesforce data from a drop down here. Then moving on to that, it then asks information about the actual data itself. Does it include personal data? Yes. Is it special category sensitive data like religious information, political views, medical data, that sort of thing? Or does it include children's data, criminal or financial information? So you can answer yes or no to those. And then we move through to these questions here, and it asks for the format of the data, whether it's digital, is it an accurate source of data, or is there a bit of variance in what's there? Where the data comes from, the volume of data, and the access control. Finally, it will then go on to talking about how the data was collected, so the lawful basis used. So that would likely be consent for maybe some of your initial sales contacts there. And have you got it mentioned in your privacy notice, which we know if we've gone through the document library, you'll now have an appropriate privacy notice, and whether the data is shared across borders or with any external parties. So it does take a lot of information there. To kind of like to analyse the process. Absolutely.
Well, it's quite comprehensive, isn't it? And it asks for quite a bit of information, doesn't it?
Yeah, the list is fairly comprehensive, but this way we get all the information that's needed, just in case the ICO, the Information Commissioner's Office, does an audit of your organisation, because this is the sort of thing that they would likely want to check up on. So it's good that we have all the information here.
Well, it certainly makes sense. Again, thank you for walking me through it, and I'm sure if I need any more help, I'll be back in touch with you. Thanks again, Lloyd.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for your time there, Gary.